Hi, I love Landcare. I didn't at first. I started because I moved next door to a block of land that was a weed patch and it was putting weeds in my own garden. And I worked out that the only way I could deal with that was to join Landcare. And in a very short time, I actually became addicted. I've got my own little patch that I work regularly and I've got a little group that helps me. I come down here with Marion on Sunshine because it's not a weed patch and I learn more and more every day.
Hi, I come to Landcare because I have a passion for native plants and I want to see as many as I can in Australia, and the weeds are just taking over. So having spent years looking at native plants and walking in the bush, I've now turned the corner and I'm weeding as fast as I can to try and get more natives into Australia.
So I joined Landcare because when I started walking in the local bush, I was appalled at the amount of lantana I kept coming across, and it really spoilt the enjoyment of my walking. So I thought, I've got to do something about this. And with a bit of effort, I managed to find a local group, and then I joined the Landcare group. And I've been doing it ever since, for 12 years, and I still love it. And I love it because I love being out in the bush. We've got a beautiful bush site where you can get deep into the bush, away from everything. And over the years we've managed to get rid of most of the weeds, so when you come walking in our bush, now you just see bush. You have to look hard to see the weeds. So yeah, I love it. It's the most peaceful, enjoyable and absorbing thing in my day.
Hi, I volunteer with Landcare because it brings the community together and makes a much nicer green space for our locals to enjoy.
I like volunteering at a Landcare site, particularly Cathra Reserve, because I enjoy working with the people who come here, and the site is a beautiful area to work in, and I've been doing it for 7 years, since 2016.
I love to come to Landcare because I love being out in the bush, and I love being in Australia's native environment, but I also like the social interaction and being with people who feel strongly about the same things I feel strongly about.
I do Landcare because I've been involved ever since I was a child in being in the bush and taking care of the bush and noticing what's in there, and I want to be able to keep as much good bush for the next generation of people, so I go out 3 mornings a week into Landcare sites because I want to make sure we keep the bush as good as possible.
Hi, I'm Mia. I love doing Landcare because it connects me with people who also enjoy my passion, and we get to help protect the environment for future generations.
I volunteer with Landcare because I like the green space and enjoying the natural environment around it.
Hi, I like volunteering Landcare because I like helping the ladies weeding and I like spreading nature vibes.
I'm a Landcarer at Coal Point and I love the work. Never miss a Thursday. And I guess there are so many reasons for wanting to be here. I love that I'm getting fresh air and exercise. I love to be out in the green. I love to be surrounded by native bushes and the birds. But I think the real reason is that I want to do something for my grandchildren's life when they grow up. I look at the world and I see the diminishing green space, and a lot of the green space we have is being damaged or overrun with weeds, and we can do our bit. And I feel good when I go home after a land caring session because I know I've done my bit. It might not be big in the overall picture, but it's on my patch and I know it's helping. And the happiness to come back and actually see signs of fauna here, native fauna and birds, is just exciting. I think if we can all just do a little bit, and even in our own backyards, make sure that we don't have invasive things there and that we keep them under control or even get rid of them, and that we encourage native plants in our gardens is something that everybody can do. And I think everyone should remember that every little bit counts.